Hello and welcome to our latest episode of Relatable Catholic.
Hello, we're so glad you're here.
Hello, everyone.
Oh yeah, that was good. Father has a fancy new microphone.
The light up rainbow colors on the end of that. That's snazzy.
It's very fancy. Yeah, this is why we should have the video going of this podcast so that people could see how fancy this microphone is now.
Yeah, because we've been getting some complaints that Father's not loud enough.
Well, very, very soft spoken.
Problem solved.
And I can tell you right now that you're the farthest away from your microphone, but yours is the loudest on the
Goodness,
computer.
this will make me sound quiet for once. I love it.
I'll back up a little bit and relax.
No. Actually, that came across the loudest.
Wow.
Well, my it was loud, but yeah. How is everyone?
Good. Yeah, I was on honor flight yesterday.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Cool. Tell us all about it.
we left Bellevue at what was it, 4:15 in the morning, and got up to Grand River Center in Dubuque, and they took us to the airport, got us on the plane, flew to DC, charter flight to DC, and so just honor flight, on the flight. About 100 veterans.
Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite things to do. If we are out in public and I see someone with one of those little cute cappies on, I thank them for my service.
Your service?
Yeah, my service, their service.
You're welcome for my service.
You're welcome. Pretty big deal. I love thanking a veteran.
Yeah.
And the girls think it's pretty cringy, but you can ask Chris. It's one of my favorite things to do in life. So I would have been really busy on that plane.
Busy. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so did you go with someone?
I go as general support staff, as the chaplain for the
chaplain.
whole thing. So
you've gone before.
This is my 4th time.
Oh my golly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's very good. Same kind of schedule every year as far as go see Iwo Jima, go to Arlington for the changing of the guard, go to World War II Memorial in Korea, Vietnam, Lincoln Memorial, ended at the Air Force Memorial, and then back on the plane.
Yikes.
Weird to think you did all that yesterday.
Isn't it?
Here you are.
Yeah, it's so
It was
crazy.
DC yesterday, and then here I am today. But yeah, very fast, and very cool to be with the veterans. Probably, actually, say thanking the veteran was something you love to do, but that was probably one of the coolest parts of yesterday was. From the very beginning to the end, saw a lot of that. A lot of kids just coming up.
I love that. I really, really love that.
Yeah, it was cool. Like at the Air Force Memorial, I've never seen so many buses at one time at that memorial, and neither had our bus driver who does this. Who does this very
regular. consistently.
Yeah, and he said tons of people were there. But they were really coming up and talking to our veterans and saying thank you, and it was just very, very cool. So all these guys didn't get a very good welcome home. So from the start of the day to the end, they were thanked and welcomed and appreciated, and it's really cool to be part of that.
Gosh, God is good. That is so cool.
Yeah. Second year in a row, though, that we've had a flight delay on the way back.
Oh, shoot. So what time did you get home?
Got back to Bellevue at 2.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Wowzer.
Yikes.
Yeah,
So you
it was a
really
long day.
appreciated my 7:30 text this morning.
I think that woke me up. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I'm so
No, it's
sorry.
okay.
You had to get up anyways. You had a funeral.
That's right. So
That's
that was
super cool.
It was good. Mm-hmm. Good day. Yeah, good weekend. I've had back-to-back weekends with 2 baptisms.
Yeah.
So that's been
That's a great problem.
good, and yeah, it actually
Not a problem, but
Yeah.
a great thing.
back-to-back senior recognitions, 2 each weekend, senior recognition kind of masses. So that was good. Yeah, just kind of a celebratory time of year in the church, Easter time and everything. It's been, this weekend got more to celebrate with ordination and graduation, and so
What did you think he was going
I
to say?
I don't know. Someone was expecting. I don't know what I thought you were going to say. Brock Purdy's expecting. I don't know.
Brock Purdy got a new contract.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. That's exciting.
I told him when I first met him, I said, I was after a game. It was up in Minneapolis after a Monday Night Football game, and I said, Brock, I was wearing an Iowa State jersey. I said, Brock, I just can't get a Niners jersey until you sign a long-term deal. And he kind of laughed about that, and now I have to get a Niners jersey.
Yeah, perfect.
So
Awesome.
you know,
That's exciting.
lots of fun stuff going on.
Yeah. You had a party at your house last Friday, and I'm beginning to think that you're on purposely picking days that you know I can't be there.
What? I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Was it lame?
I
I was lovingly hoping it was lame.
Oh.
Is the FOMO less if you know it's lame?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, it was a good party. Nothing big.
Nothing
just
crazy.
nothing crazy. Just put some meat on the grill, and my friend Joshua Christial was in town, so just gonna hang out with him anyway. So just thought I'd invite some other people over to hang out with him, and yeah, it was good. It was starting to rain a little bit, so
Oh shoot.
it's kind of in and out. So that
Yeah. I was in Des Moines this weekend and it was nasty weather.
really.
Yeah, it was terrible. On Sunday it was like 20 degrees colder in Des Moines than it was in Bellevue.
Huh.
It was freezing. But still good.
Still a good weekend. You got Kiefer married.
Yep, Kiefer is married. He was already married, so
Oh,
it
okay.
was like a 1 year after they eloped, and then a 1 year after marriage.
Gotcha.
1 year anniversary wedding, but it was good. Yeah, I danced a little too hard, hurt my back a little bit more, but you know, nobody was dancing, and I felt like it was my duty.
That's fun.
There were like that one, you know the song Pink Pony Club? It's like I don't even
No.
listen to secular music anymore. I don't even, and somehow I knew all the words to that song, and
Huh.
it was pretty fun one to dance to.
Pink Pony Club. Yeah, can't say I know that one.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't mean anything bad.
Don't know.
I
Never heard of
it.
To do a lyric check on that.
Yeah. Well, I only knew a couple lines, and there's nothing too bad. It was me and Addie dancing, my niece. so.
Perfect.
And Keegan would bop in and out, so. Yeah, it was good. I got my indulgence. Well, who knows if it was actually a partial or plenary. I don't know. We went to St. Ambrose Cathedral on Saturday morning, and we went
Okay.
to Mass. It was nice.
Awesome.
It was, because it was a Saturday morning Mass, it was just in the side chapel.
Sure.
But it was good. Yeah. I felt like it'd be like really special. Those expectations. And I was just like, okay,
I walked through the door.
did that. I didn't even know if it was the right door. I Googled, like, how do you know which one's the holy door? There were
No signs.
no signs, nothing.
Huh.
So, and maybe there were, and I missed him. I was also with my dad. He's a bad person to take with because he's very much just like, get there and get out. And we did. That's what we did.
Funny.
But yeah, it was a record 20-minute mass.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was a quick one.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people were there?
Maybe like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many. But there was this little guy he must be destined to priesthood. He must have been in second grade because he received communion. But he was the altar server, but like unofficially. So he just like knew exactly like when to get up from his chair. But he was just like sitting in the crowd. And just like saunter on up there and do what he was supposed to do. And then he'd sit down like even before the priest would move. So he was very well trained. So that was cute.
We were out of town this weekend too, and the servers wore black with that little white thing. That looked pretty spiffy.
You like that?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a cassock and surplice.
That's what I thought it was.
And, I thought about it too.
It looks so
I like
nice.
it. Yeah, it does
looks
look sharp.
And I thought, oh, Bella would love wearing one of those uniforms.
Does it have to be a boy?
Were they boys only?
Now that you say it, I think so. There were just 2, actually.
And both boys?
Yeah, and they had like the paddles at communion.
Oh, the patents. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely considered it. Maybe
Can girls
this can
not
be.
wear them?
I don't know the rules on it, to be honest with you. I think it is kind of like it kind of is like a more of a priestly kind of thing. Like, because you'll see.
Technically, servers are supposed to be boys.
Well, it's opened up now that it can be either or. The idea, though, originally was that the serving was a step towards the priesthood. So, like, you know how like Deacon Hung he's a deacon, a transitional deacon. Well, this is like the last step of the process. There's been like other steps called candidacy was the first step, and then he became an official lector. Then became official acolyte, which is a server, but like a higher level of a server than the transitional deacon, then the priesthood. So there used to be even more. There used to be like 4 more steps in there. So like these were kind of known as these are just the steps you do on the way to priesthood. Being an acolyte was just one of those steps. So traditionally, yeah, it was only boy servers because of that reason, because it was trying to encourage guys to consider the priesthood. So I don't know. That would be a consideration though. Like, okay, so if we did get the cassock and surplice, would we have the girls wear them, or would we just say the boys wear this and the girls wear the albs still?
That'd be very disappointing, I think.
They would have wanted it.
That might be a can of worms not needed to be opened.
See, this is the thing. I try not to not open too many cans of worms that like that. Right. I was more worried about the mass schedule change than.
Speaking of opening a can of worms, our worms came in the mail with the new mass schedule.
Yeah.
Which is like the first big change that you've made.
I would say
since
so.
Joining our parish.
Yeah.
But isn't that big? Because every priest has changed their mass times when they've come in. We've had a lot of priests in the last while. So
yeah.
Have they?
Yeah.
That's been
that's true. I think every priest has changed.
So we're kind of.
See, when I was at Nativity, I did not change the mass schedule at all. I was there for 5 years. Didn't even think about touching it. It was fine. There was not even a consideration to.
Yeah.
Because it was you at one church, not you at 4 churches.
That's true. So yeah, probably everybody does see it a little differently of what is the ideal or the best way. And I've spent most of this last 10 months trying to figure that out. Like just really thinking, what is the right kind of, or the best way to kind of go about this. But I wanted to live it first, like I inherited this and it wasn't bad, but it was a little more difficult than what I wanted to continue to do. So I thought making a change here as we enter into summer, I thought that'd be a good time to do it. And it'd be better for me, having 2 masses we'll have 2 masses on Saturday night now and 2 on Sunday morning. So I don't have to run so much on Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's brutal.
You did it.
I did it. It was
one Sunday.
I did it one Sunday, and I was like, "This is terrible." I was like, "You gotta get this fixed."
Yeah. And then having 2 on Saturday night will be ideal with Father Fu helping us because he always wants my Saturday night mass, and that's not that helpful.
Yeah. So this will be good.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get that started.
Are you relieved or nervous about it yet?
I'm like relieved that the communication has went out, but I'm still have this kind of like nervous kind of feeling towards it, like just waiting for someone to lose their mind on me for it,
Yeah.
But maybe a lot of things we worry about don't ever happen.
Yeah. Was that like 90? What was the stat? I don't remember.
Shout out to Tanya.
Yeah.
The other night she said, we worry about so much, but only like 97%, only 3% of the stuff actually happens as bad. 15% of the stuff happens, and 3% happens as bad as we think it.
Yeah,
is
we're
going
not
to.
sure on the stats, but it's not as big of a deal as we think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I ran into her and I told her I had been thinking about that. I appreciated that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I said it last night too. My niece was over. She was kind of struggling a little bit, and she was like worrying. I was like, I gave her the stat. Well, I mean, not the exact stat because
Obviously we don't know it.
Close. It was like
A lot.
Yeah.
Only 3% as bad as we think.
Right.
So.
No, that's good. Well, I did think, because we went to Mass in Des Moines this weekend, in Altoona. It's the first time. We usually go to the same church when we're in Des Moines. But I was like, let's go to the Altoona one. Like, we never go to that one. It was good. Little long. Hour, 10 minutes.
In Altoona?
Yeah, just on a regular Sunday. It was nothing like no baptisms, no nothing. Just an hour, 10 Mass.
Huh.
It was still nice, though.
I think the pastor there is a friend of mine.
Father
McGeary?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I should have said hello.
Yeah, you should.
I was going to text you. I didn't want to bother you.
Yep.
I should have. Well,
you can tell him.
He's got a long
Katie
mass.
thought his
I
mass
was hoping that his mass would be a little shorter.
Hilarious. I'll have to let him know. Really good guy. He was a year behind me in seminary, but
Oh, really?
But he's probably 20, at least
I was
15
gonna
years
say,
older
I
than me.
was like, he definitely looks older.
Yeah, second career guy. He's tall. He played.
Yes.
I think he played basketball overseas, and then I think he coached basketball overseas.
Wow.
And
That's fun.
yeah, in seminary we had intramurals, like intramurals against like other seminaries.
Yeah.
And so he was our coach.
That get heated.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
we're very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we I always call him coach. Like that's like my name for Father McGeary is coach. He was like my last real coach in school, because he wasn't a real coach, but like he was. But,
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So good guy, but
Yeah, it was good. I can tell that like more churches are going traditional. Like there was the kneeler in the front, and most people received on the kneeler and the tongue with the patent underneath of it. Yeah.
Oh, so you both
I
had
was too scared.
patents.
And I know the one St. Joe's that we go to in Des Moines, they also have patents too.
That's fine.
And the altar servers are also in
We
those.
call them the spanking paddles. You be good. You see that paddle up there?
But yeah.
The Nativity, my former parish started using the patent now too.
Really? Yeah.
After I left.
I think that more churches are going traditional, which I appreciate.
I mean, like today, we gave communion to someone that they may have walked all the way back to their pew with in their hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have that problem if you're receiving with the patent on a kneeler. You just don't have that same sort of an issue.
Is the patent? Yeah, because the one in I think it's St. Joe's in Des Moines. That one, the patent was every single person who received. But the one in Altoona was just the people on the kneeler receiving on the tongue. Or maybe it could be either.
I think like it makes the most sense like with the tongue.
Yeah.
But I've seen it. I usually see it where they use it for both. Because this weekend I had someone come up and they reached out to grab it, and at first I was like, this is kind of weird, but then I realized she had her arm in a sling.
Oh.
Okay, makes sense, but that transfer there isn't as easy as so like to have the patent underneath that particular handoff. That's what I felt like I was a handoff baton.
Go.
Yeah.
No, stay. Good so. I have had to chase people recently. And I was watching one priest that was talking about that, how they also they're trying to give communion, but also in their peripheral vision, trying to watch to make sure that people are consuming before they leave.
Yeah. I was talking with some of your relatives about this today about
oh no,
after the funeral
Yeah.
mass, and it was just like like I'm always trying to watch. Like if I just like maybe I'm just gonna say, don't take a step, immediately receive, and then don't move because then I can see it. Otherwise, like it's so hard because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm watching the person. It's just
Yeah.
it's complicated. We just want to protect the Eucharist. We want to protect
Right.
Jesus. That's
Yeah.
the whole goal, right? Protect Jesus here and give him the respect due the sacrament. And how to do that without, complicating
Yeah.
things
I
too
remember when
much.
Father Gross first told us, like, you have to go chase people down if they don't receive. And I was like, I don't think I could be Eucharistic minister anymore. And I am chasing everybody down now.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think funerals and weddings are kind of
Yeah.
probably among the
Yeah.
hardest that way. And, yeah.
Don't you think, like, good faith, though, like, if they are doing it and didn't realize they were doing it, I like to think, like, it'll be okay.
Oh, I think as far as their soul is concerned,
Oh, yeah, just in
yes.
general.
Yeah. But then you have the actual,
Right.
the host. You actually have Jesus. You don't want anything to be, you don't want the host to be desecrated in any way. And so if that person today that we can't tell if they ever received it or not, if they went back and they just put the host in the, into the
Pew.
The pew.
pew and it's sitting there in the back
Don't you
of the pew
think
right now.
God would, like, I don't know, undo it?
No. It's a big deal.
He can undo
Yeah.
anything, right? Like he
Yeah.
can, but we
Yeah.
still want to do everything that we can do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
Yeah. It was a problem a couple of years back. There was a lot. We were finding a lot of hosts in the back of church.
Seriously.
In the pews. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. One time somebody like chased me down. I was up at Grandma and Grandpa's and they're like, we found this in the pew. I was like, why did you bring it to me at my Grandma and Grandpa's house? Like, we tried to knock on the rectory, but nobody answered. We just ate it. I don't know.
Yeah. Good. Yeah,
This is
good.
like, I don't know.
That's what you do. So,
Yeah. But yeah,
or you could put it in water and let it dissolve, and then maybe it'll be a Eucharistic miracle.
that would be so cool. So we've been big on Eucharistic miracles, obviously, this school year. That's what our whole variety show is about. And for a while after like the last couple weeks, it's like, where's the blood? Like, I don't see any blood in the host. I was like, no, it doesn't. It's like very special when it happens. Like,
That's funny.
but yeah, which is exciting. They're on like their sixth or seventh Eucharist now. It's a big deal, very big deal. But yeah,
I ran the idea of the little host stickers as part of
Oh,
our
yeah.
podcast swag. So people like the idea. So I don't know. We
Nice.
gotta.
I have reached out to a merch company.
This is your summer project.
That's my summer project. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got the ball rolling, but
Great.
we'll see what happens.
Excellent. So everybody's asking for it.
Everybody
So
needs
many
it.
people.
I've had a couple people.
Have you really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have two?
Yeah. Joshua Krischel, the seminarian year away from being a priest, said I would buy some swag to support you guys.
Nice.
Yeah. Never even listened to the podcast, but
Oh wow. Well,
Don't let them. Better buy some merch first.
oh, funny. Well, we are gonna talk about. We talked a little bit about the happenings in our parish. We can talk a little bit more about them. So Friday we have the Eucharistic Pilgrimage in Dubuque.
And what's that?
So with this Eucharistic revival, there was a pilgrimage that went from I think 4 corners of the United States to Indiana, and now it's like going out from there, and so it's like going back the other way, essentially. So this pilgrimage is going to be coming through Iowa. I think it's going to Davenport, and then they're bringing a boat up the river to
Cool.
yeah to bring Jesus to Dubuque, and they're gonna Father Quint, the pastor rector of the cathedral, he's going to be he's going to receive the Eucharist and then process it from kind of down by.
The Riverwalk. It's at the
Riverwalk?
gazebo at the Riverwalk.
Oh, the gazebo. Okay.
I think that's what I read
Okay.
in the bulletin.
Oh. Because I read the bulletin 3 times.
3 times.
And, yep. So
Well, I just read it today because I wasn't or maybe it was yesterday because I didn't get one at Mass.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, they physically have the Eucharist that they're blessed?
Yep.
Eucharist?
Yep. It's blessed.
Is it
was
in
blessed
that
in the
thing?
Catholics. I think it's in the big,
Yeah.
the big golden thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
The
thing.
monster. That's what I always referred to it as and never
The
changed it. The monster. As a kid, I just stuck with that. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. And we're just going to walk the few blocks up to the cathedral and then have evening prayer. There's kind of a tradition of having a holy hour. Not so much for this particular. There's usually a holy hour for the guys about to be ordained. That's usually done on Thursday night because on Friday night there's usually a deacon ordination. But the Church in the United States has changed that to not have the deacon ordination only 6 months away instead of a year away. So we're going to have a holy hour for the future Father Hung on Friday night, and as a bigger thing. So and then there'll be all night adoration. I think goes.
Yeah, so I did bring up the schedule.
Great.
In case people want to go. 4:00 is when the reception of the monstrance and the welcoming prayer service at the Riverwalk gazebo. That's in Dubuque. And then it's a community procession down the Riverwalk on the Mississippi Riverwalk in the Port of Dubuque. Okay, and then that's when a person would get in their car and drive to the cathedral, because after that it says clergy only solemn procession from the Riverwalk to the cathedral.
Okay.
Are you going? Is that you?
I think I should.
Yeah. And then people are supposed to go to the cathedral to greet the procession. And Vespers. What are Vespers?
Evening prayer. That's the Latin word for evening prayer that we pray. So we'll pray that as a group, and then.
Yep, and then holy hour with the seminarians. That's what it says.
What time is the holy hour with the seminarians begin?
That's all at 6. Vespers and then holy hour.
Okay.
At 6, and then 8:00 it says adoration and praying.
Okay.
So can anybody go to Vespers and holy hour for the seminarians?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. The kids were wondering, because I really hyped it up in 2nd grade. They were like, but what do they do with Jesus through the night? Did they just keep him in the hotel room? Like, what happens? I was like, no, I don't think Jesus is probably going to leave a church at night.
Did the 2nd graders receive an email about going when they're wearing their white and?
Oh,
black?
I don't know if they received an email, but I know Joy is.
Okay.
Because Joy was like, I'm wearing my first communion dress.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they got invited by the archdiocese
Oh,
to come
cool.
and do that. So
Nice. I hope they come.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I really hyped it up. So that's exciting. Last day of school here too. So, and last year the Hung's when he became a deacon, what was it called?
Diaconate ordination.
Diaconate ordination was on the last day of school. So we were like, it's so cool that we can celebrate the last day of school with that. And now this year we get to celebrate the last day of school with the pilgrimage, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So that's Friday, and Saturday is Home's big day.
Actual ordination. 10:00 cathedral. I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, I plan on being there. How early do you think a person has to be there?
Realistically, this is probably one of the easier ones to go to. As far as next year, there'll be 4 ordinations. So imagine 4 times the family.
Family and friends.
Yeah.
And especially since his family's from Vietnam.
Right. So I doubt there's going to be that many people there. I'd say if you could only get there 10 minutes beforehand, you're going to be fine.
Oh, got it. I plan on being there by 9:30.
Yeah, I'd say half an hour is you'll get a you get a nice seat a half hour in advance, but definitely not as big of a one as has been in the past.
Like you said, like more accessible.
Mm-hmm, very accessible.
So yeah, and I think it's a cool experience, something I've never gone to before. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
to see that.
She's really good.
Very good.
And then, so then there'll be a little reception afterwards for him. People will stand in line and get their blessings. Is there something in the window, Katie?
There was a bird. It was a pretty bird.
I saw it.
And I don't usually think birds are pretty, but it was.
We all know that.
It was actually in the window.
Yeah,
right in the window.
It was.
Yeah,
It was on the window.
I could see it.
Unlike Father's description of something being in the window. I put a question box out on Facebook and Instagram, and you needed a picture to go with it, and you had sent that picture of like the church with the Rosary of Abandonment cards, the bird cards.
Okay.
And almost every comment, I was like, oh, good, like, good question. No, they were all about the birds. All of them. Like, we hate the birds. Like, can we get rid of the birds on the cover? Like, the birds are so gross. Like, it was like, there was, out of all, I think I got, 4 comments was all, but only one of them was an actual question.
Really?
The rest was all about the birds. I was like, I didn't make it.
Do you feel heard?
I do feel heard, but I also think people need to just do it. It's a bird on a paper. We'll be okay.
I can reach out to the person that made the cards and
I did say I try to reach out to the publisher.
Yeah, I have their contact. I can do that.
Can you make one without birds? Did you know it was such a phobia?
No, I had no idea.
It truly is.
Wow.
Anyways, back to home. He will be filled with the Holy Spirit.
The dove. That's a good bird, right? The doves.
Mm-hmm. Probably in the Bible, it's good. Yeah.
This weekend for Mass, I was thinking about comparing a chicken to the Holy Spirit.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
teaser.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think I'll be at any of those masses. Sorry, I'll have to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, I probably can't because 10:45 mass is canceled.
Well, I'm preaching at the 2:00 one.
Will it be about chicken?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I go to that one, but I did hear Archbishop is doing that one.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'll be cool. Well, maybe I'll spend the afternoon at church. Why not?
why not? I will.
Yeah, you will. I'm glad you're going to be there. Because then after, so you got a really busy weekend. Because after, so 2:00, Marquette graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5:00.
4:00.
4:00. Come at 4. Don't come at 5. You'll miss it all.
Yeah. Father Hung's first Mass of Thanksgiving at that point, 4:00. So it can be just
Yeah.
great celebration. I don't know if he's preaching. I haven't figured that out yet. If he's going to preach his own or not, but yeah, getting all set up for that.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a big party.
Yep.
Can't have recess in the gym on Friday afternoon, so
Yeah.
just gotta set up for the party.
That's right.
That's okay. It's supposed to be nice out.
Good.
Last day of school. I was like, we gotta find
Hope it's
something
nice.
for these kids to do the last hour.
Is your last day of school on Friday as well, Angie?
Next Friday.
Oh.
We
Shoot.
got one more week.
Oh.
But today was one of my kiddos. We had his graduation party.
Oh.
Yes. His last day is tomorrow. He's a super senior, so he's done tomorrow. But we got him a cake, and it was a SpongeBob graduation cake.
Oh.
He doesn't speak a lot of words, but he
Yeah.
opened it up. Did you see that? And then said, SquarePants. It was
Oh.
so cute. It was awesome. And I love him
That's
so
so
much.
sweet.
But, yes. But, so his last day will be tomorrow, but then otherwise, yeah, we go for another week.
Gotcha.
And that's a rough week. I have thought about you a couple times, like, imagine having to go for another week.
But we don't have school on Monday. And then Tuesday's a full day, but Wednesday and Thursday are both early outs, so
And Friday's a full day?
Friday's a teacher day, so.
Oh, so
So
the
it won't be
kids
so-
got it. Yeah.
So
We
the
have to
kids'
go
last
until.
day is Thursday.
Yeah, we have to go until Wednesday. The teachers do. We have 2 in-service days, which is fine. But it's like, because, like, I don't know, there's nothing in summer. Does everybody, I think, like, teachers were excited because it's summer because we get the summer off, but everybody else still has to go to work in the summer, so it's really not as
beautiful
exciting.
out, and I think people are out and about more, don't you think, summer?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
Sure.
it. Looking forward to the last day of school myself.
I told Eliana this morning, I was like, oh, you just have 3 more days as a first grader. She goes, yep, first grade. I'll always remember that's when we got the Pope. Pope Leo when I was in first grade. But I hope the next Pope is Father Andy.
Poor Ellie. She probably went home a little drenched today because it was a monsoon when school was getting out today. And she's like, but my dad picks me up over there. Because he always picks up over
Yeah.
by the high school. I was like, what's fine? Like, I led her, right. I had Caitlin lead her through the school to Carrie's office door. Chris pulled around today. And all of a sudden, here she comes running from the other direction outside. She had to be soaked by the time she got home.
I haven't been home yet, but
Oh, she had to be
Sure
soaked. But
she
she
is.
did kind of look like she was enjoying herself. So, yeah.
She'll
Because
be
eventually
fine.
she just, like, was bobbing around out in the rain. And
Yeah, she'll
It's
be
fine.
just fine. But yeah,
Kids like the rain more than adults.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, we have a field trip tomorrow, an all outdoor field trip tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's supposed to rain. So, you know, we said, bring a raincoat, bring an umbrella. We are going no matter what. But we do have something really fun that we're doing in the middle of the day. That will be inside. Happy Joe's.
What?
We're going to Happy Joe's.
Oh, Happy Joe's. Okay.
Liv's excited.
Yeah.
She's excited for the grotto, actually.
Yeah, we're
It's
going
her
to the
favorite part.
grotto in
She's-
Dickeyville.
Mrs. Storm showed her some pictures, and she said, it looks beautiful. And
Yeah.
you know me, I am a nature girl.
Yeah, well, it's right up her alley then. Well, in case you didn't hear, Bella has shown up from practice and she is putting her 2 cents in over there. But Grotto, Happy Joe's. Everybody's getting their own little Joe pizza. It's pretty exciting. And then we're going to the Arboretum in the afternoon. So high is 53. It'll be awesome. I said, please don't wear shorts tomorrow.
People
But
will.
Somebody will. Somebody will show up with shorts. But yeah. So sorry, this is we didn't have a big topic today, but it's been busy and it's about to get busier. But we just wanted to for sure highlight those things because it's really. I told the kids today, I was like, I have never been to. Well, I've never been to Eucharistic Pilgrimage. Said, and I don't think any priest in my lifetime has come back to do their mass, their first mass at our church. So it's really, really cool. It's really important. So
You don't see this very often.
yeah.
So
And
that's so I just really want
right.
people to come out and
Me too.
and experience
Yeah.
it.
I really I want people to realize what a big deal it is
Yeah.
and make time for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It just doesn't happen that often.
I
so
know,
yeah, it's just
yeah.
like please make time for it and
yeah.
experience. Yeah. It's good.
So it's cool. Good. Good things. All good things.
Support Hung and that'll be that yeah, they'll appreciate that too. So
Yes. I told the kids that they should make him a card.
that'd be
I
nice.
said some people put money in it. But all right, well, shall we move on to
Can you relate?
nice? Came out loud and clear right
Oh,
on
good.
here. I have one.
Okay.
Go.
I have a gas lawnmower, and one time I tried to put gas in the can, like to fill it up, and it didn't go well. I had gas everywhere, and I have never filled it up again.
Seriously?
So, never.
So how do you get
My brother fills it up for me.
Oh, lovely.
And like last week, I had forgot that my can was empty, and he had forgot to fill it, and I needed to mow my lawn, so I went to his house, and he had a gas can, and I brought it home, and now it resides in my garage, the gas can. So I don't know what the can you relate is like. Has anybody else had trouble filling up a gas can?
Or like,
There was a period of time I couldn't use any of the gas stations in Bellevue.
Because of your car, or?
And it wasn't a gas can. Yeah.
Oh.
what'd you do?
Well, it starts south of town. I was filling up and I wasn't paying attention. It's supposed to stop on its own. I was not paying attention.
Yeah.
A man from another pump had to run over and take it out of my van because the gas is pouring out.
How does this even happen?
Well,
You
if
don't
like
pay attention.
if the sensor's not working, like if you put,
Yeah.
and then like the sensor doesn't work, it just keeps filling.
Yeah,
And it like
a
pours out the
lot.
side.
How
Gas
often do the
everywhere.
It
sensors
has
not work?
happened to me before
Shooting
too.
out everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying attention, and this nice gentleman runs over. I see him running. What's he
that
doing?
man running
Did
for?
he not pay his bill? No, he did. He was. Stop! Yeah, okay, so that happened. So I couldn't go to that gas station. That was mortifying. Then, north of town, similar, but this time I was paying attention, but it still spilled enough that, whoops. And then, let's see. West of town, he asked me how my pool was going. I remember this. I don't have a pool. He thought I was someone else. But instead of being a normal human that says, I don't know what a normal human would even say, I said, it's a going. My pool project, it's a going. So I couldn't go there anymore for a while. Now I think enough time's passed. I am
And
back.
they have self-serving pumps, so you don't have to talk to
don't
anybody.
even have to go in. But yeah, it's a going was my answer on my in-ground pool project that I don't have. So yeah, I can relate to gas troubles.
Yeah. Well, when I started to fill and then it like, like back out. Cause like, I don't know,
You have
like
to be gentle.
there has I don't know. And there was another man there who was like, whoa! And then I was just so embarrassed. I went home and I never went back to fill up that gas tank. Moral of the story, I have an electric mower on the way. It will arrive on Friday.
All right.
Anywho, so
wow.
there's that on that. And Keegan, my nephew, is going to learn how to run it, and he is really eager to mow a lawn.
Whoa.
Too young this year, we think. Maybe next year.
Awesome.
And there's hope that I won't have to mow my lawn one of these
He's that
summers.
long boy after all.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Well, I guess you're getting two Can You Relates from me because that was kind of a Can You Relate.
Yeah.
My gas
Trauma.
filling experience.
Gas trauma. Gassy experience.
A lot of fun names for that. Okay, this is part of my series of things that I should know at this age.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't.
Okay.
Your
I'm excited.
father loves
I'm
this.
excited, yeah.
Okay. And I've been thinking about you like the last couple of weeks on all those through traffic.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen it a lot too recently.
Well, on my way to work, there's still road construction. I'm like, gosh, I'm such an idiot. Like, can't go through traffic. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I have never at a bank that has two drive-ups.
Oh, yeah.
One's a human in the window, and one is a tube.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to work that tube, and I've never gone through that. And
It's
now
super
I'm-
easy.
Barely
Nope.
an inconvenience.
No, I will wait. There could be 4 cars and to
Yeah.
0 cars, and I am going in the 4-car pile up because I don't know how to work that, and I'm pretty nervous about it.
It's pretty cool when the tube goes
It is,
in.
yeah.
I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen other people do
Yeah.
it.
It's a
but I just
very
haven't-
easy button that says send carrier.
So then what?
There's still a human in the window. They can talk
And
to
then
you.
what? Do you? Oh,
It's just
do
like
2 people work it? There are
Yeah.
2 people in the windows.
yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And then they say like, "How can I help you?" And you say, "I just have some checks to deposit."
Or I want to cash a check.
Or I want to cash a check.
And you put it in that little tube.
Yep. And then you hit send carrier, and then they do whatever.
Send it
They
back.
sends it over, and then they send it back. You
Now I know.
Open it up. It's like a time capsule.
Now I know.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, actually. Yeah. And a lot of people are scared to use it, so you usually get right up in line. And I'm usually just putting checks in, so it's usually just like, here's some checks. See you later.
Now I know.
Now you know.
I know.
Now I know.
Be brave.
Can you
Angie.
relate?
Be brave. You go to that gas station and you go through that Tubi thing.
And you don't go through that traffic there. Over there.
And you go around.
Well, mine is kind of silly, I think, but
Oh, good.
Perfect.
I came home last night with a bag of chips and a little thing of apples and a cookie because those things were in my sack lunch during the day and I didn't want to waste them. And I brought them home and I was like, what am I doing? Like, why did I just bring home a little bag of chips? I did give away the cookie before the night was over.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but I think I just had to throw the apples away.
I don't think that's
I
crazy.
don't think that's crazy. I don't
Especially
think
the
that's-
chips.
Yeah.
I
You
know,
need a
just-
snack.
Yeah.
Why would you get rid of that?
I don't know, but like I just felt weird about bringing. That's like I prioritized bringing that back in my pockets. Like
Well, you love putting things in those pockets,
I
so
do,
you're
I
probably
do
like, "Oh,
love-
my pocket's empty."
yeah,
Today I had a rough morning, and I was just too upset to eat my lunch. But I had ordered lunch, so I brought it home and put it in containers. And I'm planning on having that hot lunch for supper today.
That's
So,
awesome. I do
don't
that
think
every
it's- I
day.
don't think it's that crazy.
don't want to waste food, you know. So okay, well, I felt crazy when I woke up and saw the bag of chips. I'm like, what am I doing?
No,
Anyway.
I would have been like,
didn't throw 'em
"Sweet,
away, did
bag
you?"
of chips.
No, not the bag of chips.
Yeah, you'll eat them.
probably.
Yeah.
You packed your own sack lunch?
No, they had
Oh, I just
Yeah.
pictured you like bagging a sack lunch.
Arby's
Peanut butter and
caters.
jelly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, spoiler alert, Father's got to get to Mass. So
Yep.
we are signing off for the week. Next time you hear from... Oh, sorry.
Some of us will
Some
be
of
on
us
summer
will be out of
break.
school. Some of us won't.
That's okay.
But you'll be really close. Maybe the weather will be nicer. It'll feel like summer. That'd
it's
be good.
good. It's all good.
Yeah. But, well, we are praying for you.
And rooting for you.
May God bless you all.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye bye.